I wanted to show you this job, and you know, this is the type of stuff we run into. Um, this is Both of these are left chests. I'm printing out on film, and you know, I got it set up. It's actually looks like this. That's how it's going to print, black and gold. But I need a base because it's going on a dark color garment, and so then you got to decide your stacking order. How? Because the detail. Now this was even smaller, and I actually retypeset this small type out here on the side, and opened up the line work on here a little bit more than what this original art was for. That would have looked fine. How they were using it for, I don't know, letterheads and stuff like that. But here in screen printing, when you're stacking ink colors and layers of ink, you gotta make things a little bit bigger, make them more legible so you can burn them in the screen and hold them. But the kicker is this stacking order, because you got a base white going down, which is this color here. You got your black that's going to knock out of your white, because you don't want to underbase black, right? Everybody knows that. And then when you put the gold down, you got this negative gap here. Your gold's going to look just like this. In fact, it's going to overlap a little bit. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can have no overlap and print your black down first. And some people will do this. Let me put that on another layer. So they'll put the black down first, and flash that, and then print your white down over top of that. So in that case, you could fatten up your black so that it prints underneath. And since you're flashing each color, that might be the way to go. And then you print your gold down over top of that, printing last, wet. So that might be the way to go. But in that case, when you're printing this down first and then you put your white over top, you know, for white coverage on a dark garment, you're going to have a lower mesh, so you're going to be putting down a lot of mesh there. And if you're a shop that happens to have too much pressure or low tension on your mesh, then this is all nice and tight registration. Let's say we'll be starting up this direction. This will all be nice and tight registration, and then down here will be a little bit more elongated, causing a little bit of blur in your image. It's not an exact duplication. And the same with that gold, then it'll do the same. So for that reason, I would like to print that black over top last. But I'm going to have the same scenario here. A little bit of fill in there again. So that's why I'm going to print the base white, flash it, print a yellow, and then flash it. But here's the kicker. I'm going to change this artwork so that this gold is actually solid. And so there's nothing underneath of it. My base is still going to look the same. Print this gold solid, and then print this black. Because printing the black last and flashing this gold, I can then control how this black is going to go down. I'll offset my off contact just a hair more than the other two, and then I can, like, if I print this black on a higher mesh, which I need a higher mesh to make sure I hold that detail, because you know it's going to be printing pretty close to that size, and so I want this to be sharp and clean. So I want a higher mesh. I don't want to use a lower mesh because it'll round off the edges of the type and whatnot, put down too much ink, and here with a high mesh at 305, that will print nice and crisp and clean. And if it's not opaque enough, I can come back with that same screen and do a second hit, a double hit on the black. I wouldn't like to do that, but we'll see how this goes. I think that's, you got to problem solve and try and figure out which way is going to be the best method, the best print technique and sequence and mesh selections to use. And you see I'm going from low to high to medium and then a high mesh. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. That's it.